Hey, welcome to Freedom from Suffering Now blog. I'm Dr. Steve Grinstead. Today I want to talk about one of the most frequently asked questions I get from some of my workshop audience participants. And it's, how do you help somebody when they think they don't have a problem? And this is referring especially to people with chronic pain who have developed coexisting problems, psychological problems, even addiction problems, and they just don't see it. Well, one of the first things I talk about is need to help them learn about that psychological defense mechanisms we all have, and it's called denial. I like to call it, though, the inner saboteur. You know, have you ever had something very exciting that you wanted to do, and the only reason it didn't happen was because you got in your own way? I know that's happened to me. Sometimes we set ourselves up, we sabotage ourselves. Well, for people who are living with chronic pain, the pain and pain management becomes the whole focus of their universe. That is all that they can see. It's almost like they have blinders on. And when they start experiencing secondary problems, loss of quality of life, loss of relationships, loss of health, loss of functioning, all they focus on is, if only my pain would be managed, everything would be fine. And when they start depending more and more on medication, and that medication is not really helping, it's just symptom management or masking symptoms, then they start developing secondary problems with the medications. You know, a lot of medications have side effects, and opiate pain medication are no exception. And some of the side effects don't have anything to do with addiction, by the way. Some people get severe constipation. Other people have severe cognitive impairment. They can't think straight. They can't manage their feelings. Some people can't stay awake. It makes them drowsy. And then there's the condition called opioid-induced hyperalgesic effect. This is where the medication is actually making them hypersensitive to the pain signals. And of course, then there's substance dependence, abuse, pseudo-addiction, and addiction. And the inner saboteur is alive and well, telling us we don't have a problem when we really do. So if you want to learn more, if you're watching this on YouTube, go to the link below. And that's one of the main reasons I wrote the book, Denial Management Counseling for Effective Chronic Pain Management. Mr. Terry Gorski and Dr. Jennifer Corey and I collaborated to put together a really strategic way for people to look at these different sabotage patterns that can get in the way. And more importantly, not only how to identify them, but what to do when they're identified. It can be the difference between quality of life and suffering. And I believe every single person living with chronic pain deserves to have freedom from suffering. It is a right. And I also believe that it's a responsibility, that they need to be into action. So check out my book. It's at the link below if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you go to my Freedom from Suffering Now blog, you'll also see a link at the end of the description. I really want you to know that there is hope, there is help. People don't have to keep suffering, and people don't have to keep sabotaging themselves. So learn as much as you can about this inner saboteur. Thank you for joining me, and please, come back frequently. And I'm getting very excited because the freedom from suffering journey is only beginning.